Have you ever wondered why we're obsessed with characters like Tony Stark, Sherlock Holmes, or even Dr. House? They're arrogant, make mistakes, and constantly mess up. Yet we love them. Science has an answer for this, and it's called the Pratfall Effect. If you learn how to use it, you'll become instantly magnetic. But beware, there's a very fine line between being charmingly imperfect and looking completely incompetent. If you want people to trust you, keep your audience glued to the screen and skyrocket your social appeal. You need to understand that perfection is your worst enemy. Perfection doesn't connect. Perfection intimidates and creates rejection. Stay tuned, because in the next few minutes I'm going to reveal the exact experiment that proves spilling a cup of coffee can make you a fortune, and I'll give you the 3-step formula to make your mistakes work in your favor. But first, there's a trap in this effect that, if you don't know it, could destroy your reputation forever in less than 10 seconds. It all started at the University of California with a psychologist named Elliot Aronson. He wanted to understand what makes a person be perceived as attractive or likable. He did something very simple. He recorded several students taking a difficult exam. There were 2 types of candidates: the superstar, who got almost everything right, and the average, who missed half the questions. So far, so logical. People preferred the superstar. But then Aronson added a twist. In one of the recordings, the superstar made a silly mistake. You could hear them spill a cup of coffee on their suit and say, "Oh, how clumsy I am. I've stained my suit." Guess what happened next? Attraction levels toward the superstar skyrocketed. Suddenly, he wasn't just a smart guy anymore. He was a smart guy you could grab a beer with. He became human. He became real. But, and here comes the first open loop of this video. When the average candidate made the same coffee mistake, his appeal plummeted. People disliked him even more. Why does the same mistake make one person a hero and the other a disaster? The answer lies in your competence status. And if you don't know where you stand, applying the Pratfall Effect is like playing with grenades. Let's talk about why we hate perfect people. When you see someone who seems flawless, your brain goes into defense mode. Your subconscious thinks, this person is superior to me. They're going to judge me or make me feel inferior. That creates an invisible barrier. But the moment that person makes a mistake, a small stutter, a confession of a past error, or just a physical stumble, that barrier breaks. The Pratfall Effect acts like a bridge. It allows us to relate. It's the reason why the world's biggest brands no longer use flawless, porcelain skin models in their ads. They use people with freckles, scars, and stories of failure, because failure sells. Vulnerability is the new algorithm of trust. But now, let's talk about the danger zone. I told you there's a way to ruin it all. The Pratfall Effect only works if you've already proven that you're competent. If you're a surgeon and before operating you say, "Oops, I always forget where I put the scalpel. I'm not going to like you more. I'm running out of the hospital." The mistake has to be peripheral, not central. If you're a marketing expert, you can admit that you're a disaster in the kitchen. That makes you human. But if you admit that you don't know how Facebook ads work, you're done. See the difference? The mistake should humanize you, not disqualify you. How can you apply this today in your life or in your videos so that no one looks away? Here's the extreme retention strategy, divided into 3 levels. Level 1, the entry mistake. Don't start your presentations or videos trying to look like a god. If you're nervous, say it. "Honestly, I'm a little nervous because this topic means a lot to me." Boom. Automatic retention. The viewer is now on your side. They want you to succeed. You've created an emotional alliance. Level 2, the coffee stain technique. Show your processes, not just your results. If you're teaching something, show the moment you messed up. That clip where the camera falls or you misspeak is what will make people comment. That happens to me too. Relatability is the glue of your audience. Level 3, the vulnerability close. At the end of an interaction, ask for help with something small. People love feeling useful. By asking for help, you're admitting you're not entirely self-sufficient, and that reinforces the Pratfall Effect. But wait, there's more. There's an error superpower that the world's top communicators use to close multi-million-dollar deals. It's called the strategic weakness reveal. It consists of admitting a flaw in your product or yourself before anyone else notices. When you're the first to say, "Look, this course isn't going to make you rich overnight," the viewer thinks, "Wow, they're being honest with me." In that moment, you've gained an authority that no paid advertising can buy. You've closed the loop of doubt. So, what's the takeaway from this game? Don't be afraid of your cracks. Cracks are where the light comes in and where your audience's attention comes in. Be excellent at what you do, but be human in how you do it. If you try to be a perfect 10, people will give you a 0 in trust. But if you dare to be a 9 with a story of a stumble, the world will be yours. Now that you know how to use your mistakes to attract, you're probably wondering, what about my body language? Can my gestures be mistakes too? Well, there's one specific gesture that 90% of people make that projects total insecurity without even realizing it. If you want to know what it is and how to fix it so your authority becomes unshakable, you need to watch this other video I've linked here. Don't let a small gesture destroy all the work we've just done with the Pratfall Effect. See you at the next level.